Throughout the decades, Sunderland A.F.C. has been one of England's most iconic football clubs. Founded in 1879, the club has represented the hard-working, blue-collar northeast region of England with pride for well over a century. And while much has been made of the club's recent woes in the terrific Netflix series Sunderland Till I Die, many seem to forget the proud, rich history of the storied club. The club was first founded as Sunderland and District Teachers A.F.C. by schoolmaster James Allen in 1879. In 1880, the club simply became known as Sunderland A.F.C., the name that it still bears today, as it became open to non-teachers. The so-called Black Cats first adopted their iconic red and white vertically striped kit in the 1887-88 season. Sunderland A.F.C. joined the English Football League in advance of the 1890-91 season, making them the first expansion team in the history of the league. Sunderland was declared the team of all talents by league founder William McGregor after a 7-2 defeat of the team that would prove to be perhaps their biggest rival for supremacy of the league in the club's early stages, Aston Villa. The so-called team of all talents recruited heavily abroad and led by Scottish forward John Campbell, who scored 133 goals in 186 appearances for Sunderland during his career, and fellow Scotsmen Jimmy Hanna, Jimmy Millar, and goalkeeper Ned Doig, who was so shy of his balding head that he would retrieve his cap on occasion rather than focus on the match. The Black Cats won league titles in 1892, 1893, and 1895. The club's first manager, Tom Watson, left in 1896 to join Liverpool, having brought 3 national titles to the Northeast. He would be replaced by forward John Campbell's stepbrother, Robert Campbell. In 1898, the club would move into its home for nearly a century, the iconic Roker Park. Managed by Scotsman Alex Mackey, Sunderland would enjoy one of its most illustrious seasons in 1901-02. After coming up a few points short of their 4th title in 1901, the Black Cats bested Everton by a 3-point margin to claim the title. Then they claimed a victory in the Sheriff of London Charity Shield event, the precursor to the later Charity Shield, besting some of the best professional and amateur teams in the nation to win the competition. In 1904, the club was dealt its first major setback, as it was found in violation of league rules in their dealings with player Andrew McCombie, and the club was heavily fined. A few years later, on a squad captained by Scotsman Charles Thompson and managed by Irishman Bob Kyle, Sunderland claimed the league title again in 1913, and very nearly won the FA Cup as well, losing 1-0 in the final to Aston Villa. Over the next couple decades, Sunderland remained among the top teams in the league, finishing runner-up on multiple occasions, but couldn't break through to win another title. The club enjoyed terrific goal-scoring performances from Charlie Buchan and Dave Halliday. Finally, under Scottish manager Johnny Cochran, the club broke through again, claiming the 6th title in their top-flight history, led by captain Wright Carter and all-time Sunderland goals leader Bobby Gurney. They would also claim the Charity Shield that year, besting Arsenal 2-1 at Roker Park on goals from Carter and Eddie Burbanks. However, the otherwise joyous campaign was marred by tragedy. On February 1st, 1936, Sunderland faced Chelsea at Roker Park. During the match, Sunderland's young keeper, Jimmy Thorpe, claimed a ball in the box, but instead of backing away, the Chelsea players kicked at Thorpe's head and chest as the referee did nothing to stop play. While Thorpe amazingly finished out the match, a 3-3 draw, he was clearly disoriented. Tragically, he passed away 4 days later at the age of 22, leaving his widow and 3-year-old son to receive his championship medal. As a result of the tragedy, players are no longer allowed to raise their foot to a keeper in possession of the ball. To this day, Thorpe is thought to be the only English footballer ever to die as a direct result of injuries sustained in a match. As tragic as it was, Thorpe's death gave an opportunity to young keeper Johnny Mapson, who would have a long and successful Sunderland career, including victory at the FA Cup the next year, the day before Mapson turned 20. At Wembley Stadium, Sunderland got goals from Bobby Gurney, Wright Carter, and Eddie Burbanks to cruise to a 3-1 win and their first FA Cup title.
Here come the teams that have battled their way through those tense early rounds to be within 90 minutes of victory. The Wearsiders urge their side on, and how well they respond. The wily Burbank wins a corner on the right. Over it comes, and Carter nods it to Gurney, who heads it past Burns. 1-1, and there's more to come. Burbank's lovely pass finds Gurney, who moves it along for his captain, and it's Carter who slams that ball into the net. What a game Burbank's having at Wembley. He spots a pass from Gallagher and chases through to make it 3-1. Referee Rudd brings it to an end. It's all over for the Sunderland team to show their cheering followers the trophy.
After raising successive trophies in 1936 and 37, Sunderland's fortunes took a rather rapid downturn in the ensuing decades. While the club spent record amounts of money in the late 1940s, including securing the Clown Prince of Soccer, Len Shackleton, and Welshman Trevor Ford, the team was unable to manage better than a third-place finish in the championship in 1950. The 1950s perhaps provided the most painful decade in the club's long-suffering history. Not only were they implicated in a major financial scandal in 1957, the second such scandal in the club's history, but they were then relegated to the second division the next year. Throughout the 60s, Sunderland bounced back between the first and second divisions before what was perhaps the club's greatest moment, coming in the FA Cup final of 1973. As a second division club at the time, the Black Cats were a heavy underdog, going into the final against a powerful Leeds United squad. However, Sunderland, managed by Bob Stokoe, were not to be denied. In one of the most improbable victories in the history of world football, Sunderland claimed a 1-0 victory on the strength of an Ian Porterfield first-half goal and a terrific double save from Sunderland keeper Jimmy Montgomery.
Astonishing! Lama thought he'd scored, most of the crowd did, but it wasn't it.
The statue of Stokoe still stands outside of Sunderland's current venue, the Stadium of Light, his hands raised in celebration after the unbelievable victory.
The referee looked at the watch, and Sunderland have won the cup from the second division.